So you think other people in the complex have aunt problems or uncle problems? That was my dad joke of the day. Everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
It is Sunday for us today.
Welcome to our home.
New episode, new setting.
Last time we were at Michael's mom's home, and today we are in our home. So, welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Today we will be drinking this really cool drink. It is AleSmith Brewing Company, but they did like a collab with SDSU.
Oh, I can't even say it.
That's where we went to college. That's where we met. So yeah, the design, it has like the Aztec like
logo and
yeah, it's really cool.
It's like pretty cool.
So we're drinking that today.
State. We haven't had a cocktail on here yet, even though it's called Cocktail Hour. We had seltzers the first episode,
and now we're doing.
It's because it's inaugural. They got the new stadium at San Diego State, so you know
football season. So go State.
Go Aztecs.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Nice. Okay. Cheers.
All right.
I liked how the list I put up just went black, so now we have to use your phone.
I told you.
Dude, Leia always tells me, he's like, dude, you don't need to do it this, like, you don't need to do the most.
Michael's he stays doing the most. That's
Facts.
why I love him.
Facts.
But you stay doing the most.
I stay doing the most, and then it always backfires, right? Like, like, oh, okay, let me write down our topics onto the.
And I'm like, you don't need to
screen.
do that. Like, let's just keep it super casual, super chill, and it's fine.
And it always fails on me, but it's okay. Well, today we are. I feel like you wanted to start. Sorry, go. You're like.
I just wanted to ask you,
sure,
how you were feeling, how you doing. Tell them what we did yesterday.
Sure. I'm feeling good. It's been pretty busy lately. A lot of films we've been working on. A lot of galleries we've been working on. The last 2 weeks, I would say, have been a lot. We're kind of really in the thick of the wedding season, so this should be coming out around mid-September. So this is like our on season. So everyone's getting married around this time. So last weekend, 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, we had one Saturday and Sunday, and then that was in like the 100-degree heat
wave. Yeah.
And then yesterday we had one that was 10. Our coverage is like 10 hours long. Really beautiful day, super cool, like multicultural day. But yeah, now we're just chilling, hanging out.
Thought we'd use today to just talk, catch up, and just kind of let you guys know kind of a couple things that have been going on.
What else is new with us? We have ants in our lovely home. Love that for us.
Everywhere. It's crazy. They're everywhere.
We have to come in and if we're out all day or whatever, and then we'll come back home. He gets a flashlight. He's inspecting the windows, the doors, the floors for ants because they're around here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not food related. I think it's heat related or something, or they're just in the building.
They're in the walls or something. I don't know. I think everybody in this complex has problems like this because they're everywhere. So we can't be the only ones that are dealing with this. But funny story, Alana and Ryan, if you're watching, we came back from a wedding we shot, Alana and Ryan. You'll eventually see it on the channel. But we were shooting their wedding, and Leah, it was a great day. We were high on life. It was an amazing shoot. We come back home, we're unpacking and chilling, and Leah goes, "Man, I have not seen any ants lately." And I was like, "Huh, me neither." I'm gonna get some water. Do you want some? So I go to the kitchen, and all of a sudden, like, it was like we didn't even see it when we walked into the apartment, and there's just a fat line just going from, like, they're not, like I said, they're not in the food, they're like outside the kitchen, just like on the baseboards, and just going all the way up to the vent of the AC. I'm like, holy, and it was a ton of them. It was scary. It was really scary. I was like, hey, yo, so we put the little ant traps, and then thousands of, I mean, it was like thousands of them came out. It was crazy.
Like a big swarm.
Yeah, it was very scary. I was like itchy.
Yeah.
God, I hate that feeling. But I think we got it under control now. I don't even know if we do, but.
So you think other people in the complex have ant problems or uncle problems? That was my dad joke of the day.
That was a good one.
Aunt or uncle problems. Anyways, what else is new? You're on Netflix.
Oh yeah. See, she knows all the. Yeah, so we were on Netflix, low key. So go watch us on Netflix. I'm just kidding.
If you guys, celebrities now.
I don't know about that, but we were on Netflix. We were on Chad and JT's, Netflix special. If you watch the Chad and JT podcast, or you see the guys who go to the city council meetings, and they're like, "Yo, what up, council?" So I don't know. We got an invite to go to the a shoot in LA, and it just happened to be for Chad and JT. So we pull up. We had no idea what it was. We just showed up, and they basically like gave us these signs. You'll see if you see the show, you'll know what we're talking about. I can't talk about it, but
that's incentive to go watch it. That's all you're gonna hear.
But literally, it's like the shot. There's like 3 or 4 shots where it's like, boom, up close, me and Leia. Boom, up close, me and Leia. Bam, we're cheering, and it's me and Leia. It was like, wow, it was crazy. That lives on forever. So thank you, Chad and JT, for putting us in that. That was really cool.
Good Last stuff. Thing that's new and kind of like will segue us into our topic is that one of our TikToks is doing really well. So yeah, on our TikTok, Michael likes to post like good moments, funny moments, emotional moments, whatever.
Yeah, like things that like don't make it into our wedding films, like we put into like on TikTok for like the couples to like watch, or to be like, oh, that was a really good moment. Sometimes it just doesn't fit into the narrative when you're building a story, right? Like there's some really good moments that happen, so it's really hard to choose when you're editing which ones to pick. So I feel like that was a good like option for something for couples to see, like, oh my gosh, I got to see that moment again, so
I also feel like it's good where viewers don't have to watch like the whole film to get to a moment. It's just like, here's a moment in 7 seconds, it's just straight to the point. But yeah, so the video that we're talking about, it's our couple, Angela and Damien. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Angela and Damien.
Love you guys.
You guys are dope.
But yeah, they had their wedding back in May, and their like grand entrance song to the reception was "When I Come Around" by Dom Kennedy, and it was really fun, really energetic. The crowd was like loving it.
It was cool because I think their bridal party is the one that really, like, they came through first before the couple comes in, right? And like, was it the girls first?
I don't remember.
I think it was the girls first.
So.
Yeah, it was the girls first. They came in hot. You know what I mean? Like straight out the gate, bam. Her maid of honor just like leading the pack.
Yeah.
To like somebody twerking.
Yeah. With
like everybody going, okay, that's a good entrance.
They really like set the tone.
They set the tone, yeah. Then the guys come in, right, to function. Oh, yeah, we're trying to function. We're trying to function, right? And it was just like, oh, okay. And then, like, courtesy of Ray on the mic, because if you don't know Ray on the mic, and you're looking for an MC to kind of just like curate a style in your wedding reception, like
he is like all in it, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like he really gives his energy to really like be a part of the crowd and get them as hyped for the bride and groom as much as possible.
Yeah.
I feel like the MC also helps.
Yeah, so he was just really hyping them all up.
Yeah.
And then like when it came to them, you know, coming out, like he's like, all right, like you guys need to understand that like this only happens one time, right? Like I need everybody going crazy right now. You know, so everyone was already standing up, and there's a shot in the beginning of the film where everyone's just like pulling out their phones, like this is gonna be crazy. And it was. I mean, when they came out, I mean, Damien was all like Angela was doing turns, like they were
ready to party.
They were ready to party. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
it's just funny, like, so we posted that on TikTok, and all like the comments are like, this energy or nothing, or like,
yeah, like
if my wedding ain't like this, and I don't want it.
Yeah, it was and it was like the perfect like example of that, you know, like of people who like are there to support you, and just like you could just feel the energy. It was absolutely unreal. Like I said in the TikTok, absolutely unreal. It was unreal. So
there's like people standing on chairs. Yeah. Anyways, go watch it if you haven't already. I think it's just cool seeing how different social media platforms like can influence, you know, people going to check out your Instagram page. Like Instagram, I feel right now can only do so much, and I think that sometimes creatives get a little frustrated with it. But I feel like TikTok can really bring like a lot of engagement and a lot of eyes, and like a community a little bit. Like it really targets like the people that you want it to target, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Like this one really targeted Bay Area people.
Yeah.
So more Bay Area people probably were commenting. It's funny, everyone thought that they thought two things, right? They thought that we were the couple in the video. That's one thing. We were like, no, this is our couple. And then the other one was they thought it was based out of the Bay Area, but literally it says Orange County, San Juan Capistrano in the beginning. But
they're like, we know the Bay when we see it.
Yeah.
And they're like, literally, we're from Long Beach.
Yeah.
Hey, but Long Beach people know how to party.
Bro, Long Beach people, don't sleep on Long Beach, man.
Yeah.
They're dope.
Yeah.
We've had 2 Long Beach couples already, and they're lit.
Yeah.
Alex and James. And another one you guys should watch on our channel, Alex and James. Super cool one, really intimate wedding in Long Beach. Anyway, we ran into a restaurant, and you know they had their like wedding stuff on, and they were like, please come take shots, and then we just got like free shots and then left. That was pretty cool. So going back to Angela and Damien though, sorry, I sidetracked. I think that just like the whole process top to bottom, like it just worked out with them. Like they kind of, you can explain it better, right? Like they from like their initial inquiry, like they were already like all about what we were offering.
Well, I think that there's some people, like I feel like talking to them, when we first talked to them and throughout like the whole process, it just felt very organic. And I feel like there are those people that you just kind of click with and are more comfortable with like right off the bat. And I think that they were those kinds of people for us. I feel like obviously every couple and every client that we have is really special to us, but with them in particular, it felt like we could be friends, like we could hang out, like I saw my friends in them, I guess you could say, like totally. So yeah, I think that that's really great.
Yeah, hopefully we can hang out with them. I do like hanging out with, I feel like it's fun hanging out like after we deliver a film or something, because then it's like we're friends, you know. The work thing is kind of done now. We can just like be friends now, which is pretty cool. So I definitely love to see that. But I think on the day of what we feel with this couple and several other couples, I think, is that we feel like we're a part of the day. We're not just like filming the day, right? Like the bridal party makes us feel like we're part of them and kind of like an extension of them. And definitely the couple also, like, you know, allows us to like just be a part of that. And I think when we feel like we're like a much more like involved part of the day, then we end up having a better film for some reason, because the moments are just like that more genuine. And it's hard, you know, they're few and far between to come by, but you know, they're there. And I think like our goal is to try to get that every time. But you know, it is what it is. But and that was a down the aisle segment, first one of the podcast.
Well, along with that, along with that, if you're watching, if you're a couple, or if you're not your couple, I think that one of the biggest takeaways is that to connect with your vendors and like who they are as people and connect with who they are as people, in addition to what they create. You know, I feel like, again, it really is just a big difference, and we can, you know, keep saying it over and over, but is it more of a transactional like vendor, like, or are you really like welcoming them to share in like your biggest, like most intimate day? You know, like all of your friends and family are there and you're inviting them into the space as well. So whether you go with us or not, the little tip is really like who your vendors are. Can you see like yourself connecting with them, because you are going to be spending a lot of time with them. I can tell you, we're there literally with you 95% of the time. So just keep that in mind.
You gotta like their work, but you also gotta like them. And if like you get the call and you go on a Zoom and maybe you're not a good fit for one another, I think that's okay. I think that's better to recognize that early and be like, you know, I just don't think we vibe with them, which is completely fine. I think couples should go with people that they feel the most comfortable with, like from the bat, you know, because like, we're gonna be there, you know, holding a camera in front of you like all day. You might as well be like, oh, these are my friends who are doing this for me, not, you know, just vendors. You know, it makes it less awkward. We want people to go with a team that, you know, feels right to them. So
and I think that there's somebody for everybody. You know, like
totally. So the consulting calls is a really, really big part of this. I think if there's any other, you know, wedding photographers or filmmakers watching, is that like implementing a you know, conversation before they even book you is like huge. Because you got to know like what you're getting into, when they got to know what they're getting into. You know, it's a two-way street, and you got to just be able to like openly communicate about that.
I think also something that could help is, if you do have Instagram, if you do have TikTok, you know, showing your personality. What do you like? What are your interests? What kind of music do you like? What are your hobbies? Then people coming to your page can see that and like resonate with some things like already, and kind of, I feel like sometimes we form connections with people over like Instagram, even though we don't know them. Like we kind of like are connecting like subconsciously with whatever they're putting out. You can like weed people out who like you and who don't, and who would resonate with you and who don't, just by what you're putting onto your Instagram. And so the inquiries that you get and the couples that are coming to you, I feel like with time are going to be people that you connect with naturally. As you keep putting your personality out there.
I will argue though, it's hard to do that when the platform like Instagram, for example, like does put you into a box on like what sounds you can use for your stuff to get viewed, you know.
That's true. Like, I think we go back and forth though, because I feel like there is a side of us that wants to use, you know, quote unquote trending audio to get more plays and get more people, but at the same time I'm like, another side of me is like, who cares? Like I would rather use the music that I like to kind of like create what's the vibe for us, like on our page, like this is what we like, as opposed to a trending audio that I don't even know the song. I wouldn't even listen to this. Like, I don't care if it gets a lot of plays. We put music on our reels by what we like to listen to.
Yeah.
And either you like it, cool. If you don't, you don't. But we don't really put trending audio.
Yeah. We might like follow a few trends, like the stitching of the pictures and stuff. But we did it to a song that, like, you know, it was a Drake song. We love Drake. So, you know, that worked out in our favor.
What's your high and low of the past week? We'll end it off that.
High, I'm sorry, we keep talking about it. It's got to be the TikTok. I mean, that's so cool that, you know, it popped off and people support it and people are starting to kind of see what the page is about. And I feel like I've been working on it since, like, you know, January, February. I'm like really focusing on like short form content, and I feel like it's finally starting to like slowly give me little, you know, signs like, hey, just, you know, keep doing it. So I think that was a really high, you know, accomplishment this week that I'm really happy about.
And we got our first inquiry and they saw us from TikTok. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Conversions. I love that. Low. Oof.
The ants.
Yeah, the ants, they eventually made their way into our room.
Unfortunately.
They're about a 45, you know, degree angle that way. But yeah, that's probably the low, the ants. Unfortunately. I'm sorry, everybody.
What's my high? What did I do this week?
You delivered Lindsay and Ben.
Oh, yeah. I delivered a photo gallery and they loved it. And yeah, I would say that's my high. I love it when clients are super excited about their galleries and when they post them, and that really makes us happy. Like, truly.
She loved it. She like instantly, like almost a day later posted it, maybe a few hours later posted it. That was really nice.
With anything, photos, videos, like it really, really, we appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
I feel like we really work hard and try to make everything look and feel, you know, perfect. So thank you, Lindsay and Ben. My low, did I cry this week? My low was that I was trying to parallel park in our complex and I got a mean mug from the neighbor. And
the neighbor who lives like downstairs.
And I feel like people are just so impatient in our neighborhood, and she was mean mugging me, and I was trying to parallel park as quickly as I could.
On a Thursday at 2 p.m.
I was doing all of the proper traffic, you know, protocols.
Hazards, reverse, you know, like. And
so I'm just like, why do people have to be mean? And that really made me upset, and
we've been talking about it for a couple of days now.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my low.
Yeah, that's a good low.
I just don't appreciate when people are mean to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
okay, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Sorry.
We went a little overboard today, but
we don't have to talk about.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Stay tuned for next episode.
Love you. Bye.